to day 2 of the 2021 Olympus Aquatics Summer Splash. We are on target for an on-time start. Just need to get the timers.
We'd like to welcome everyone out. We are here ready for day 2 of the Olympus Aquatics Summer Splash.
And once
Thanks
we
for
complete
joining
the timers
along.
check,
We're just about 5 minutes from start.
we will be singing
4
the
minutes from
national
start.
anthem, and then we will get the
8 a.m.
beat
start. We have the
underway,
anthem
starting with event
lining
15.
up here. And some of our youngest swimmers here for our first event number 15, the mixed final. All right, we are here and underway, excited for day 2 of the Olympus Aquatics Summer Splash. My name's Sean Stringen with Game On Live Studio and Olympus Aquatics, and we are ready to roll. Lining up here for event number 15. We've got 8 heats of the mixed 5 and over 50-yard freestyle. In lane 1, Beatrice Stoltz. Lane 2, Rex Van Klooster. Lane 3, Cormac Stone. Lane 4, Isla Woodbury. Lane 5, Rachel Wilkinson. And in lane 6, Ellie Robinson. Thanks for joining along out here. And we're underway. Over first here in lane number 6, Ellie Robinson going for it. Being followed in lane number 2 by Rex Van Klooster. Ellie's going to take this first heat here in a time of 32.75. Coming in next in time of 36.67. that is Rex. And in third place, some soft touches coming in. We'll get those as they come around here. Coming up here in heat number 2, Ali Reyes in lane 1, lane 2. Eystein Hansen, lane 3. Henrik Roswasser, lane 4. Charlotte Sear, lane 5. Quinn Hansen, and lane 6, Asher Cutler. They're off cleanly here into the start. Up and ready to go. These athletes are looking pretty good for these 8, 9, and 10-year-olds in this heat. In lane number 6, Asher Cutler off to a quick start. In quick there in lane 2 with just a quick touch out. 34.79 for Eystein Hansen. Asher Cutler comes in at a time, they've corrected that, in first place in lane 6. Asher takes the dub, followed in lane 2 by Eystein. Heat number 3 in the water, lane 1, Ellie Sear. Lane 2, Jeffrey Wilkinson. Lane 3, Isaac Woodbury. Lane 4, Zachary Kitt. Lane 5, Marlies Roswasser. And in lane 6, Miles Woodbury. Isaac out to a quick start here with a body length lead. Going to be coming underneath the flags here. You know what you say about this for Isaac Woodbury. Not too bad for a goalie. 33-34. Isaac takes that, comes in second place right next to him in lane number 2, Jeffrey Wilkinson. Coming up next in heat number 4, in lane 1, Hannah Flake. Lane 2, Ethan Tao. Lane 3, Evan McPhee. Lane 4, Jaden Liu. Lane 5, Nell Kowalczyk. And in lane 6, Annie Kitt. Athletes getting a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. Quick here out in lane 5, Nell. Coming in here in lane number 4 with a quick cut, with a quick kick here, Jaden Liu. Jaden's going to take this first heat with a time of 32.32. Second place is going to come over in lane number 1 with a time of 32.94 from Hannah Flake from Eagles. Coming up next, heat number 5 of the 50-yard freestyle. Coming through and off the wall in lane number 5. That's Rob Miller. Rob having a great day yesterday. We could see him back in the water here today. Getting chased down next to Elsa Bringhart. And it's going to go Rob with a time of 28.41. Elsa, 29.47. Coming up, heat number 6 of 8. In lane 1, Oscar Astle. Lane 2, Preston Tang. Lane 3, Alexandra Lund. Lane 4, Sydney McElwee. Lane 5, Kara Iverson. And in lane 6, Ava Hansen. They are off and ready to go here. Quick start out of the middle of the pool. Lane number 4, Sydney McElwee. She gets over. Gets back. Good turn there from lane 3, Alexandra Lund. Lund makes up some space. Sydney coming down hard here, coming underneath the flags. It's going to be a charge to the wall. Let's see what the timer says. In lane number 3 with a time of 28.58. Those three are separated by less than 0.3 of a second. In lane 2 at 28.88, and Sydney finishes 28.92. Up next, heat number 7, Becca Bringard. Lane 2, Eliza Arviseth. Lane 3, Maddie Moran. Lane 4, Reef Yoked. Lane 5, Miles Moran. And lane 6, Malia Matsumori. They're over the wall, heading back. In lane number 4, coming in hard, Reef Yoked separates with about a half-length body lead. Coming in hard there at the end, Miles Moran. But Reef's going to hold on for a time of 25.45. Coming up next, heat number 8 in lane 1, Vincent Wu. Lane 2, Ethan Astle. Lane 3, Evan Van Rockland. Lane 4, Jack Saber. Lane 5, Robs Barton. And in lane 6, Benjamin Ghosh. Battle of the big boys here in our final heat. Come through, Jack and Evan looking to dominate here. Both of them. Evan over the wall quick. Comes up with a head length lead. Jack's not going to give up though. He's going to come in hard under the flags. We're going to go 21.43 and 21.54. Let's not forget lane number 2. Ethan Astle goes 21.95. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Great swim there by our senior athletes getting ready for their long course state. Well done. Up next, event number 16. The 5 and over 200-yard backstroke. We have 3 heats in heat number 1, Jaden Liu. In lane number 2, Jaden Liu. Lane 3, Ollie Reyes. And in lane 4, Zachary Kitt.
And swimming in the pool now is heat 1 of event 16, the 200-yard backstroke. Swimming in heat number 2. In lane 1, Ethan Tao. Lane 2, Owen Hartman. In lane 3, Lorraine Moran. Lane 4, Desiree Kitt. Lane 5, Justin Tao. And lane 6, Emmy Wardle.
In the water, we have heat number 1 of our 200-yard backstroke. These athletes, 9, 11, and 12 years old. 3 athletes rolling here, Jaden, Ollie, and Zachary. Out onto their last 50 here. It looks like we have in lane number 3, Ollie Reyes coming through, and in lane number 2, finish in first place. Jaden Liu goes 3:01.12. Coming in next will be Ollie, followed by Zach Kitt. And we'll move on to heat number 2. In heat number 2, we have Ethan Tao in lane 1, Owen Hartman in lane 2, Lorraine Moran in 3, Desiree Kitt in 4, lane 5, Justin Tao, and in lane 6, Emmy Wardle. They are off and over the wall first in lane number 2. Owen Hartman.
We have in the water now heat number 2 of the men's 16, 200-yard backstroke. Behind the box.
Owen Hartman goes through his first intermediate 100 split at a time of 103.97, followed by, in lane number 3, that's Lorraine Moran. Hartman swimming well here. Owen coming through his last turn. Being chased by Lorraine Moran. She'll be going into her last turn. Owen goes 210.38. Lorraine going to be coming in here. We'll get under 223, 222.85 will be her final time. Coming in next in third place to round out the podium for this heat, 237.16. That's going to be in lane number 4, Desiree Kitt. Congratulations, athletes, coming through in lane number 5 with a time of 241.79. Justin Tao in lane 1 goes 253.66 for Ethan Tao, and Emmy Wardle coming in here. Up next, heat number 3 in lane 1, Felicia Shee. Lane 2, Jade Garstang. Lane 3, Will Jones. Lane 4, Nika Morton. Lane 5, Elaine Liu. And in lane 6, Gabby Henry.
In the water now, we're going to heat number 16, showing her 200-yard backstroke. Up next, on to event 17, the 200-yard breaststroke. Again,
coming through here in lane number 3, Will Jones. Having a great meet so far. First split, 25.98. Being chased down by Nika Morton. Let's call it a 3/4 of a body length lead. Keeping pace with each other. Intermediate split coming here for Will goes 53.48. Nico 55.51. Will extending that lead just ever so much as they come into the final turn. Nope, excuse me, they still have a 75. 3 lengths to go here. Going through on the 150, Will goes 121.82. Nico not far behind, 124.72. In lane number 2, Jade Garstang working to get closer to that, getting under that 2-minute barrier with an entry time of 2:04. We'll watch that. Has some great pacers here with Will and Nico. Will coming in on the finish will go 150.41. Nico goes 154.20. Coming in third, Jade goes 215.97. Up next, event number 17, 200-yard breaststroke. We have 3 heats of the 200-yard breaststroke. In heat number 1, lane 2, Annie Kitt. Lane 3, Ava Hansen. And lane 4, Quinn Hansen. Looks like we have 2 here to start. Lanes 2 and 3, Quinn not starting here in lane number 4. So in lane 3, Ava Hansen and Annie Kitt.
Swimming next in heat number 2, in lane 1, Rob Miller. Lane 2, Benjamin Gulch. Lane 3, Gabe Jones. And lane 5, Nathan Swenson.
Lane 3, Ava Hansen coming through on that first 50 in a time of 42.69. One last 50 here in lane number 3, Ava Hansen. Turns for her last, coming in to her final intermediate split here in lane number 2, Annie Kitt comes underneath the flag as she gets ready to make the turn. In and done here, Ava Hansen goes 3:08.96. On her last 25, Annie Kitt has 15 meters to go, and we'll get her into the wall and on to heat number 2. Up next, heat number 2. In lane number 1, Rob Miller, but let's not put the cart before the horse. Annie Kitt finishes in a time of 3:53.01. Up next, heat number 2. In lane 1, Rob Miller. Lane 2, Benjamin Goach. Lane 3, Gabe Jones. Lane 4, Robs Barton. And in lane 5, Lakin Swenson. These athletes out and up first off that circuit turn is going to be here close to us in lane number 6. Miles Moran coming through. Miles up, being chased in lane number 3 by Gabe Jones. Gabe looking up. Miles hits that wall. Getting coached up at the end of there by Coach Tom. He's punching through. Great swim here by Miles developing as he goes into his first 100. The split of 1:10.41. Gabe Jones hot on his tail coming up. Let's call it a 1.5 body length lead over Gabe. Miles clears through his last, before he goes into his last 50. That will be 1:49.82 on the intermediate split. Teammates cheering him along with his mom and dad there, timing. Gabe coming up here in lane 3. Kicking for that last of 8. Coming through. Gonna have a race here underneath the flags. Hanging on in lane number 6, 2:28.98 for Miles Moran. 2:29.38 in lane number 3 with Gabe Jones. Great swim by both those athletes. In lane number 2, Ben Goach finishes in 4th with a time of 2:42.59. Let's not forget lane 5 here for 3rd place, Robs Barton with a time of 2:37.20. Up next, heat number 3, the full heat. In lane 1, Reef Yoke. Lane 2, Abe Astle. Lane 3, Evan Van Brocklen. Lane 4, Luke Garstang. Lane 5, Maddie Moran. And in lane 6, Justin Chamberlain. Coming through, Evan in lane 3. Evan comes through on his 75. Getting ready here for the second half of his 200-yard breaststroke, being chased down by Luke Garstang. Evan splits 103.27, 104.4 for Luke. Third place being battled over in lanes 1 and 2 between Reef and Abe Astle. Evan Van Brocklin coming underneath the flags through the 150 split. Gonna hit at 137.67, 140.2 for Luke. Still a battle in lanes 1 and 2, very little separation. Call it 0.4 of a second between Reef and Abe Astle. Evan extending this lead, comes underneath the flags, will take the 200-yard breaststroke in a time of 2:11.23. Luke Garstein coming in at 2:17 flat. Great times for both those athletes. It's the best for Evan. Luke, the best for Luke by 2 full seconds, 2.5 seconds. Congratulations to both those athletes. Reef Yoke finishes 2:20, followed by Abe Astle in 4th at 2:21.36. Up next, we move on to event number 18, the 5 and over 100-yard freestyle. We have 8 heats of the 100 free. In heat number 1, lane 1, Ellie Robinson. Lane 2, Easton Hansen. Lane 3, Asher Cutler. Lane 4, Rex Van Klooster. And in lane 5, Quinn Hansen.
Swimming next in heat number 2. In lane 1, Charlotte Searer. Lane 2, Devin Wilkinson. Lane 3, Cormac Stone. In lane 4, Jeffrey Wilkinson. Lane 5, Marlies Rohrwasser. And lane 6, Ellie Searer.
Ellie Robinson first over on the turn in a time of split of 34.66. She comes through for the second half of her race. Making the turn second here on the third turn in lane number 4, Rex Van Klooster with Eagles. But Ellie's gonna swim away with this one. Comes underneath the flags, hits the wall in a time of 112.67. Rex coming in here in second place, 120.98. Soft touch for third. We'll get those climbs up. Up next, though, we'll have heat number 2. In lane 1, Charlotte Sear. Lane 2, Ben Wilkinson. Lane 3, Cormac Stone. Lane 4, Jeffrey Wilkinson. Lane 5, Marlies Rohrwasser. And in lane 6, Ellie Sear. Sears, it's a Sears sandwich here in lanes 1 and 6. Off to the quick start in lane 2, Ben Wilkinson with Eagles. Gets over the wall first. Under the flags and getting ready for the intermediate turn, Ben Wilkinson comes through, hits the wall at 35.9. Teammate in lane number 4, Jeffrey Wilkinson, with a split of 39.13. Followed in third place in lane 1, Charlotte Sear, splits 40.12. Ben's gonna finish in a time of 112.54. Coming in next will be Jeffrey Wilkinson here in 4. Jeffrey goes soft touch. We'll wait for the computer on that one. And in lane number 1, Charlotte Sear goes 127.48. Congratulations to heat number 2. Up next, heat number 3. In lane 1, Ollie Reyes. Lane 4, Henrik Rohwasser. Lane 3, Isaac Woodbury. Lane 4, Miles Woodbury. Lane 5, Zachary Kitt. And in lane 6, Emmy Wardle. Isaac Woodbury, goggle down around his nose. Coming through here on the intermediate turn. Emmy on the outside. Isaac hits that turn at a time of 35.23. Emmy second at 37.95. Isaac, no stranger to swimming without goggles, but I don't know, right over the mouth is probably the best choice, but he's getting through it here. The time coming in with a time of 118.76. Emmy goes 121.38 just behind him. Milo comes in lane 4 with a soft touch. Will be third as soon as the computer does its work on that. We'll move on to heat number 4. In lane number 1, Annie Kitt. Lane 2, Nell Kowalczyk. Lane 3, Tyler Sink. Lane 4, Rob Miller. Lane 5, Hannah Flake. And in lane 6, Ethan Tao. Nothing in the chat so far, you guys. Anybody out there? Where are you watching from? Who are you cheering for? You watching at work while you're doing your emails? Love to know. Let's talk. Coming through here in lane number 4 with a quick turn and touch is Rob Miller with Eagles. Rob again having a great meet. Being chased down by a teammate in lane 5, Hannah Flake. Rob Miller coming in here with his, goes 108.68. In second place in lane number 2, 111.49, Nell Kowalczyk. And in third, lane 5 with a time of 112.30 is Hannah Flake with Eagles. Coming up next in heat number 5, Kara Iverson in lane 1, Madeline Stoltz in lane 2, Eliza Arbiseth in lane 3, Amelia Connor in lane 4, Justin Tao in 5, and Evan McPhee in lane 6. It's like there's no start with Evan in lane 6. Just leave us 5 swimmers in this heat.
Heat number 5 of event 18 up next, swimming in heat number 6. Lane 1, Isaac Wardle. Lane 2, Elaine Liu. Lane 3, Gabby Henry. And lane 4, Becca Ricard.
Come through here on the wall in lane number 4. Amelia Connor makes the turn first. Great turn, though, in lane number 3 from Eliza Arbiseth. Comes up even. Maybe with a slight lead over Eliza. Both those athletes over the wall. Eliza has the advantage at the flags. Another great turn in lane 2 by Madeline Stoltz. Great battle here by these 3 young ladies. Coming in underneath the flags. Should be right around 104. holds on in lane 3. Eliza Arviseth goes 104.32, 104.36 in lane number 2 from Madeline Stoltz. Amelia Connor goes 105.05. Great finish there by some fantastic swimming young ladies. Up next in heat number 6, Isaac Wardle in lane 1, lane 2, Elaine Liu, lane 3, Gabby Henry, lane 4, Becca Bringard, lane 5, Alexandra Lund, and in lane 6, Desiree Kitt. Over the wall and under the flags. Coming through here, this is going to be in lane number 3, Gabby Henry with a half a body length lead. Isaac Wardle coming in on the outside, could catch him. Gabby Henry, Elaine Liu battling here. Big finish underneath the flags. It's going to be in lane number 2, 58.14 for Elaine Liu. Wardle comes on second at 58.16, a fingernail away. And in lane 3, 58.41, Gabby Henry. Fantastic racing by the OA squad there. On to heat number 7 in lane 1, Brighton Simons. Lane 2, Max Rowland. Lane 3, Bridger Sink. Lane 4, Robs Barton. Lane 5, Alex Stewart. And in lane 6, Vincent Wu. Over the wall and through in lane number 3, Bridger Sink charging. Bridger breaking the 57-second barrier, going 56.6, I think it was yesterday, 56.9 maybe. In the 100-yard breaststroke. Huge accomplishment there for Bridger. He's on his swimming quest. Looking good here as he comes underneath the flags into the third turn for this 100-yard freestyle. Comes through in lane number 3 in the time of 49.09. Bridger Sink breaking those barriers. Entry time of 50.71. That'll feel good for him. Coming up next, heat number 8. In lane number 1, Will Jones. 2, Ethan Astle. 3, Evan Van Brockland. 4, Jack Saber. 5, Eric Chamberlain. And 6, Nico Morton. Big churn coming through here. Huge start there by Jack Saber. He's extended with a full body length lead coming through. Just going for a 50 split, goes 21.54. Jack Saber pulls up. Comes over in lane number 3, Evan Van Brockland. Van Brockland now extending out here. Jack Saber just swimming for the first 50 split. Van Brockland's going to take the win with a time of 47.03, 47.47 for Ethan Astle in lane 2. In lane number 3, 50.70 for Will Jones to round out the top 3 for heat number 8. Up next, we have event number 19, the mixed 5 and over 200-yard butterfly. In lane 1, Madeline Stoltz. Lane 2, Felicia Shee. Lane 3, Maddie Moran. Lane 4, Malia Matsumori. And in lane 5, Preston Tang. Eight lengths of the pool butterfly. I would rather be here announcing than swimming, that's for sure. We also have an ad in lane number 6. coming into the wall. Colleen McWilliams coming in. Underneath that wall, 150 to go. A single 50, I should say, not 150. Colleen comes off that wall in a split of one. Didn't have it up on the board there. Coming up here on lane number 3, Maddie Moran. Followed in lane number 5 by Malia Matsamore. Colleen McWilliams finishes in a time of 2:24, I believe. Perhaps swimming exhibition in lane number 3. Maddie Moran goes 2:25.24. And in lane number 5, Preston Tang goes 2:27.17. Up next, we have the 200-yard IM. We have 4 heats of the 200-yard IM before we move into our distance events. In lane number 1, Icetine Hansen. Lane 2, Amy Wardle. Lane 3, Nell Kowalczyk. Lane 4, Ethan Tao. Lane 5, Ollie Reyes.
Shooting next in heat 2. In lane 1, Sidney McClure. Lane 2, Porter Emery. In lane 3, Justin Tao. Lane 4, Oscar Astor. In lane 5, Ava Hansen. And in lane 6, Colin Villa Garza. The next 2 events, event number 21 and 22, are distance events. 21 is the 500 freestyle and 22 is the 1650. The meet will provide timers, but swimmers, you need to provide counters. So if you are swimming in events 21 and 22, make sure you find a counter.
Through the first, into the backstroke here in lane number 3, Nell Kowalczyk coming through. In lane number 4, Ethan Tao makes the difference up and off to breaststroke, 50 yards of breaststroke on this 200-yard IM. Going back and forth here between Nell and Ethan. Off to freestyle. Looks like Nell's going to get there to the wall first. See if Ethan has some motor to get there and catch him. Nell and Ethan battling on the final turn. Nell goes over. Ethan Tao coming through. Nell extending her lead as they approach the flags and into the wall. It's going to be Nell hanging on here to win heat number 1 of the 50-yard, of the 200 IM. Goes 302.84. Ethan goes 305.15. Great swim by both athletes. Coming up next, in lane number 2, finish from Emmy Wardle. Goes 320.55. And in lane number 1, 335.92 for Easton Henson. Ollie Reyes making her way in will lead us off into heat number 2 of the 200-yard IM. In lane 1, Sydney McElway. Lane 2, Porter Emery. Lane 3, Justin Tao. Lane 4, Oscar Astle. Lane 5, Ava Hansen. And in lane 6, Colin De La Garza. And they're off. Quick start in lane number 6 by Colin. Entered on a no time.
In the water now is heat number 2 of event 20, 200-yard IM. Swimming next, heat number 3.
Colin comes in, hits the wall. Off to backstroke. Race for number 2 is going to come down in lane number 1 to Sydney McElwee. Colin coming through here on the breaststroke underneath the flags, getting ready to turn to breaststroke. Heads bobbing in unison here on going for the rest of the field. In lane number 3, Justin Tao comes off the wall first, followed by Sydney and Ava Hansen. Nope, that's in lane number 4, Oscar Astle. Justin. Off the wall as Colin De La Garza comes in at a time of 2:13.28. Nice swim there for Colin. Under the first set of flags here for Justin on the his final 25. Oh, getting challenged here from lane number 4. Oscar Astle coming in hot. He's trying to outswim him, get in there, and it's going to be just 0.3 of a second short. Justin Tao holding on for 2:44.10. And in lane 3, 2:44.43. Coming up next, heat number 3. Gabby Henry in lane 1, Owen Hartman in 2, Justin Chamberlain in 3, Olivia Cowan in 4, Alexandra Lund in 5, and Amelia Connor in 6. Lane number 2, Owen Hartman coming through. Owen having a good meet. Swimming well. Everyone's been swimming really well. Off into backstroke for Owen. Justin. Gabby Henry leading the top 3 there. Olivia Cowan not swimming.
Next events numbers 21 and 22, the 500-yard freestyle and the 1650. Swimmers need to find your own counter. We have timers. We need counters. We will not be having a 5-minute break.
Through there, Owen.
We finish with event number
Off onto the wall into breaststroke, being followed by Justin Chamberlain.
swimming the 500 and 1650. Please find a counter.
Lane number 2, Owen Hartman through that turn and off into freestyle, being chased down by Justin Chamberlain. Gabby Henry and Alexandra Lund here challenging for 3rd place, both hitting the wall pretty close to each other, just a second apart. Owen's going to cruise to the dub here in heat number 3, followed by Justin. First to turn in 3rd place, Alexandra Lund being chased down by Gabby Henry, excuse me. Alexandra's going to hold on for a time of 2:35.12. Gabby comes in at 2:35.66. Up next, our 4th and final heat of the 200-yard IM. In lane 1, Abe Astle. Lane 2, Eric Chamberlain. Lane 3, Evan Van Brocklin. Lane 4, Nico Morton. Lane 5, Luke Garstang. And in lane 6, Brighton Simons. Evan out to a lead, followed by Eric Chamberlain on the butterfly. Excuse me, Evan not swimming, Evan scratched. Nico Morton and Eric going for the battle here.
This will conclude event number 20 of 200-yard IM.
This is Nico Morton extending his lead here on the backstroke.
Next, event number
Comes into his 50.
the 500-yard freestyle. There will be 2 heats in event number 21, starting in heat number 1. In lane 1, Olivia Cowan. Lane 2, Colin De La Garza. In lane 3, Eric Chamberlain. Lane 4, Alex Stewart. Lane 5, Becky Bringard. And lane 6, Alicia Sheep.
Nico extending that lead. Nico comes under the flags on his breast, getting ready to go to freestyle. Touches the wall and off. This intermediate split of 132.15. Lane number 1, Abe Astle with a great swim through that breaststroke, looking to hold on here for freestyle. Fending off in lane number 5, Luke Garstang. Abe Astle, 12 meters to go. Brighton Simons, in lane number 5. Luke Garstang coming in. Luke gets the touch. 208.76 over Abe, 208.89. Nico goes 200.78. Up next, We have event number 21, the mixed 5 and over, 500-yard freestyle. In lane 1, thumbs down for Olivia Count, not here. In lane 2, Colin De La Garza. Lane 3, Eric Chamberlain, who just literally touched on the 200-yard IM. How about that for Ironman? Lane 4, Alex Stewart. Lane 5, Becca Brigard. And in lane 6, Felicia Shee. We have two heats of the 500 and one of the 1650. Alex Stewart coming through on the first 100. Time of 59.21 on the split.
Swimming next is heat number 2 of event 21, the 500-yard freestyle. In lane 1, Jacob Liu. Lane 2, Desiree Kidd. Lane 3, Vincent Coach. Lane 4, Tom Sunburst. And lane 5, Elsa Brigard.
These athletes out on their first 200. Alex Stewart goes 2:03. .235.18 for Alex Stewart. Coming here in second place will be in lane number 2, Colin De La Garza. His intermediate split, 2:45. In lane 5, 2:49.41 for the intermediate split is Becca Bringard. Alex keeping a great pace here. Comes over at 3:37 for his 350 split, coming up to 400. .75 to go here for Alex. Starting to kick up that pace. As he comes into the wall underneath the flags here. Our starter, Sue Astle, rings the bell. 150 remaining. Colin also on his bell lap here. Lots of red squares on those counters. Alex is going to come in at a time of 5:10.14. Colin De La Garza cruising in here in lane number 2. Goes 5:25.06. Coming up next in lane 3, 5:37.99. Nice work there by Eric after swimming the 200 IM back to back. Seems like a punishment of some sort. Nice job, Eric. Up next, we have event heat number 2. Jaden Liu in lane 1, Desiree Kitt in 2, Benjamin Goach in 3, Tom Sundberg in 4, and Elsa Bringert in 5. They are off and ready to go.
We have in the water now heat number 2 of event 21, the 500-yard freestyle. Our final event of the swim meet. Up next, number 22 to 1650. One heat in event number 22. We have swimming in lane 1, Colin De La Garza. Lane 2, Lorraine Moran. In lane 3, Gabe Jones. Lane 4, Matt Quackenbush. In lane 5, Miles Moran. Lane 6, Will De La Garza. Lane 7, Owen Hartman. And lane 8, Isaac Wardle.
Tom Sundberg taking the early lead. Sundberg coming through here. First 200 goes 207.23. Coming through here into the 350. Sundberg swimming well, extending his lead. At 350 he goes. 351.97. Ben Goach holding in third place in lane number 3. Sunbird comes in here at the 400 with 427.72. Sorry about that. Had our internet surge and go out on us there. At the end of that, Tom Sundberg ended up going 5:38.42. Back here for the 1650, our final event of the day. We've got all 8 lanes here for the 1650. Colin De La Garza in lane 1, Lorraine Moran in 2, Gabe Jones in 3, Quackenbush in 4, Miles Moran in 5, Will De La Garza in 6, Owen Hartman in 7, and Isaac Wardle in 8. $16.50 is a special event, a mile of your best swimming. Looks like in lane number 4, Matt Quackenbush. No, he's looking for at least a 500 split time. Keep it here for him. 64 lengths of the pool, I believe. It's about a 20-minute race for most of these folks. Looks like we'll be in that time range. Quackenbush comes for the first 200 at 153.60, followed in lane number 6 by Will De La Garza, and in lane number 5 by Miles Moran. Matt Quackenbush coming through here on his 400 mark in lane number 4 and 321.68. Matt Quackenbush coming in here on his 1,100-yard split, so 1,100 yards. He's motoring. Watching him swim, he looks very clean. Goes 104.46. Excuse me, 10.46, not 104. 10.46.14. 104 would be really fast. Great swim here by Matt. In lane number 6, Will de la Garza holding and steady in second place. Lane 3, we have Gabe Jones. In third, in lane 5, currently in fourth, Miles Moran. Sixth place going into lane 7, Owen Hartman. Special kind of suffer here for these 1650 swimmers. Quackenbush just finished 50 lengths of the pool. Time of 12 minutes and 16 seconds.
Turned off. Will you go unlock it, please?
Quackenbush getting close to the end here. Coming in on length number 60 here for Matt. He's going to start laying the hammer down. Comes in at 14:46, trying to get under 16:11 as his entry time. Feel like he's on pace here. Bell lap here for Matt Quackenbush, coming in at 15:46. Picking up the pace. He is looking good. Comes over the wall. Last 25 here for Matt. Huge effort here by Matt Quackenbush. Comes underneath the flags and finishes 16:13.83. Lets the mop of hair free flow after that big effort. Who's to watch? Coming up next in lane number 5, next to him there, Miles Moran. On his last 50. Miles Moran coming through here, seeing the magical red squares. Saying you got one length to go. Good finishes here by Colin de la Garza in lane number 3. Lane number 3, we had Gabe Jones swimming. Athletes finishing up here. Just a couple athletes left here in the water. Lane number 1 comes in. Colin de la Garza at the time of 18:24.05. Lorraine Moran still out. Finished there in lane 7 from Owen Hartman. Time of 18:50.73. Isaac Wardle in lane 8. And Lorraine Moran in lane 2 working on the finish. Lorraine comes in at a time of 19:07.28. Isaac Wardle Wardle cruising it out here. Our last swimmer in the water today. Thanks for joining along here for day 2 of the OA Summer Splash. We're going to get cleaned up here as soon as we get Isaac finished and in the water, or out of the water. On to his last 50. Nice way to start your day. Go out, swim a mile, see how it goes. Hey, thanks for joining along here today. My name is Sean Strigan with Game On Live Studio. Shout out to my producer Audrey Hall today and Isaac Swan on the camera. Been fantastic to be here. We will be back. Our next broadcast should be from California next week for National Junior Olympics for USA Water Polo. For now, signing off. We'll see you. Peace.